I'm fine.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV. It's the day of the weigh-in here in Riyadh. I'm joined by promoter Eddie Hearn. All right, mate?
All right, Sean. How did it feel to be sat behind Parsons interviewing? Was you getting some tips, you know?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I just wanted to show you a video, actually, before we start, of just a man eating some fruit that's gone viral. Has it? Yeah, do you want to see it?
Yeah, because that would be great for fight fans. I mean, but you want me to do my fight? Oh, nice one, Sean. Oh, yeah, Chava, yeah. I mean, this is like this is the levels that I have to stoop to provide entertainment for alternative fight fans. I think that's the way, you know. But now we can talk to our original crew. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That have been with us from day one. And I don't have to just sort of play along.
Was Charlie born at the Battle of Essex?
No, probably not. And now I don't have to play along.
Ask him if he knows what the Battle of Essex is.
Do you even know what the Battle of Essex was? What? Colin Lyons against Lee Purdy with the weigh-in down the Nubar? Mate, you weren't there. You haven't been part of the struggle. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
2012?
Yeah.
12?
About 11 years ago. Yeah. Mate, it weren't always like this. It weren't always 5-star Fairmonts in Riyadh. Do you know what I mean?
It weren't at all.
It was Brentwood Centre, you know? So just since you poodled along from the Cotswolds and started taking advantage of this new lifestyle, yeah? From the gutter, us. You ever been to Billericay? Yeah? Yeah. Actually, compared to the Cotswolds, it is, to be fair.
Yes, let's jump straight into it from yesterday's press conference. So, I just heard from your interview with Charlie there, you didn't pick that song.
No.
Definitely
I
not.
have. What great, I mean...
So was that a dig at you? Whoever was
DJ, wasn't it? I mean, but we were standing backstage and it was like they were introducing everyone and everyone had their own ring walk. So I thought, I thought they might mug me off, to be fair. And then come up and it was, here comes the money. And I was like, bit cringe, but it's me, innit? So
then Warren comes on.
Boss.
Yeah,
that was good.
paid the cost to be the boss. Yeah.
No, I thought it was very good. Great production, good presser, and you know, a lot of this event is obviously taken care of by Cellar and some Queensbury and Matchroom, but it's like on a normal show, we do everything, and it's been quite different for AJ and us to come in, and it feels like we're here to do a job. You know, normally it's like the pressures of your show. AJ's pushing the show, you're doing this. And it's like now it's like, right, we're turning up. We know what the assignment is. Yeah? Let's go and win. And it feels really good. Like, I think we're going to get a really good performance from him tomorrow night. I really do. I'm excited and ready to go.
4 minutes 28 of that press conference yesterday. Joshua looked to the left and put his hand on the table. What did you make of that? How did you analyse that?
Well, it just shows his confidence is just not there, you know. And I think, you know, we have to really be concerned for his current mental state, you know. I mean, don't be concerned for Deontay Wilder, who has said in his recent interview that he went into a retreat for some psychedelic drug and some ayahuasca toad or whatever. But that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him. But AJ gave an interview where he said that he's going to knock someone out. Ooh, that's a very unusual for him. What's going on in his mind?
He said he was focused as well.
Yeah, he's focused, you know. So, anyway, like, you can never win. All I can tell you is, honestly, being around him this week, fantastic. You still got to perform. And just because you're icing people in sparring and you're looking great in the gym doesn't mean it's going to translate into the ring, always. But, obviously, I think he's flying. And I really hope he does the business tomorrow night.
Whose decision was it for you to ask AJ the questions yesterday and not Dev Sani? Who made that call?
I'm not sure it was an official call. It was more of a conversation because you want to get the most out of him. And, like, you know, with the Dev Sani thing, who, by the way, I quite like a lot. And I've really enjoyed working with the Queensbury people. Like, no reason for me to say that. I just have. Dev Sarni, and right, listen, I've slated Fury for years, and he goes like, if you're not on the team, you're going to speak differently about people. So Dev has slated, but he's been very critical of AJ, and he's poked the bear for years and years and years. I feel like if you want someone to be real, don't expect AJ to go up to Dev and go, "Oh, hi mate, it's really great to meet you." Or I don't think he particularly likes the bloke. So you're just not going to get what you need out of AJ. So it's probably a conversation between the communications people to say, "Do you want Eddie to ask the questions?" And I think everyone went, "Yeah, okay, no problem." So, and I haven't really got any questions for him. That's why he wanted to open it to the floor, to let people ask him the questions.
Yeah, but I mean, people were again reading into that. It's not the known thing now for the.
To let you know, like AJ didn't say to me, "Oh, can you make sure that guy doesn't ask me the questions and you ask me the questions?"
What was he trying to get out of that exercise?
Who?
AJ.
What exercise?
By opening it out to the floor, was there a purpose behind that?
No, it's a condition of his mental state. No, it was like, I ask him all questions all the time. It's quite boring. Maybe someone else, like a fan or someone from Saudi, have you got any questions? Let's open it up. It actually opened up the presser quite nicely, because then from there, Jarrell piped up, and I feel like we should have done more questions from the floor, actually. They do that in the UFC a lot, which is...
You used to do it at your press conferences.
What, to the floor?
Yeah.
Did I? Maybe I'll start doing it again.
Charlie weren't about then, but...
Charlie was... Well, back then when we started, that was 12 years ago, so Charlie was 18 months old.
That's...
So, yeah.
But yeah, I think so. People have basically blown out of proportion all this stuff with Joshua this week, in your opinion.
I mean, yeah, like I think AJ's just going to be. Sometimes he can't be bothered. I mean, you see what goes on backstage. It's like dozens of interviews, the same questions all the time, and probably now sometimes he's thinking, like, let's see what happens Saturday. All that we care about is the performance. And, I'm very excited.
You and Big Babby Miller, a bit of a weird relationship you two have got, haven't you? It's like...
Yeah, we like each other. I can't just get over what he did and what happened, and he probably can't get over what I've said. So, but it's cordial. I do feel like if you make a mistake and you get punished, and the punishment comes in many ways. The punishment comes with public opinion, with a financial penalty where he lost millions and millions of dollars by losing that fight. A ban, it could be that, so at some point you have to come through the other side. If he's genuinely sorry for what he did, then let him have the chance. Doesn't mean he'll fight on my show, or doesn't mean he'll fight Anthony Joshua. But if AJ turned around to me and went, "I'll fight him," or that fight was big enough, I would say okay. But he's not on the radar at the moment. But I'm absolutely buzzing for the Daniel Dubois-Jarrell Miller fight. I have no skin in the game.
Well, it's like you almost tried to sign him at the table yesterday. Dubois.
I like...
Oh, I'm going to walk out with you.
Obviously tongue-in-cheek, you helmet. But it's more like... I just love boxing. So I look at that fight and I'm passionate about that fight. I want to see it. And you got a British kid. Sorry, Andy, we're boring you over there, mate. And you got a British kid, and the guy who's outspoken slags me off a little. I like it. And yeah, I like Dubois. I think he's an amusing kid. And when he piped up at the presser, I think he was great.
Do you remember his one-liner?
At the presser?
His opening line.
Every baby has a daddy, and I'm going to spank you like, or beat you like I'm your daddy. Is that right?
Did he use the word spank?
No, beat. Sorry.
Okay. But yeah, it's a very intriguing fight. Random one. Makhmudov and Kabayel.
Good fight.
Yeah.
Good fight.
Yeah,
I mean, by the way, Makhmudov is absolutely hilarious. Have you spoken to him?
Hilarious?
Yeah.
It's fucking scary. You know about hilarious?
We were at His Excellency's house last night, and they were doing photos. It was so funny. So they had 4 chairs at the front, which was AJ Warlin and Wilder Parker, and then the other fighters around the back. Makhmudov just came and sat in the chair next to AJ, right? And Otto just went to stand around the back. But no one wanted to tell Makhmudov that he wasn't supposed to be in the chair. And then I think someone actually went over to Makhmudov and went, do you mind going around the back? And he went, no. And just sat there. And it took about 5 minutes to actually, for someone, I think it was one of the Gold Star guys, James, who actually was told, can you go and have a word, and that to get him to move. But he's quite an amusing character. I don't know if he's any good. Big lump. But Caballel's a good fighter. That's actually a really good fighter.
You considered him for Joshua at some point, didn't you?
Yeah. He's got good movement. He's not the biggest puncher, but I like the fight. I think Makhmudov will stop him, but it could be late and after a tricky few rounds.
Can you give us a little insight into your night last night? So when you went to His Excellency's house, was it like, were you being introduced like, it's my mate Eddie from Frank? Did he do like that kind of thing?
No. I mean, it was all the fighters were there for some, photos and just a hello, and then myself and Frank Smith and George and Frank Warren, we had some chats after and spent a bit of time together with His Excellency, and just just exciting for boxing. Like, despite the rivalry over the years, I love boxing. Frank Warren loves boxing. So when you're around someone that has all these plans for boxing, like His Excellency, and the vision and the ability to do those fights and make those fights like that and build cards that, in all honesty, we as promoters could only dream of being able to put together. It is a great feeling. And, for all the years of, he said, that mainly caused by you and your community, if you like, the YouTube community of the clickbait. Hearn fires into Warren. Warren says Hearn is a star, whatever. Like,
I just interviewed Frank, and he said exactly what you just said there, word for word.
What about that?
Exactly what you just said there, word for word.
But it is. And we won't
Is
even...
it?
Yeah, because...
Is it not taking accountability for what you're saying, Edward?
No, because he'll say something, I'll respond, wind him up, you'll say something, and don't get me wrong, we've both pissed each other off over the years. Like, and we are rivals. Let's not, that rivalry, don't forget, in my household growing up, Frank and my dad were rivals. So I lived through that, and the same with George. George would have seen that, and Francis, and so we can't just pretend that we don't want to outperform each other, and we need to have that, because that's good for boxing, and that's why British boxing's in such a good place, because I've tried my nuts off, and so has Frank Warren, to win. And we'll continue to do that. But now, it's a new horizon for boxing, where actually we're sitting down and having meetings and planning fight cards, potential fights. Like,
is it forced?
No, it's been put together by His Excellency, who's basically got this bigger vision of, like, I don't care if you gave an interview and said that, stop it, you idiots. Let's do something special for the sport. And he has brought us together to a point where, and I can't speak on his behalf, but I'll speak on my behalf, where I'm sitting down and having conversations going, he's all right, actually. And maybe he's thinking the same. And all those...
He said you were a prick.
But all those years of... Because I've never met him. So I just see these interviews with you. So, and I'm like, we're not going to go around each other's for Christmas lunch. But I've been quite surprised at the willingness from both of us to, like, George has done a great job to put this all together. And I know that George is up for... But I see it from Frank as well. And I didn't necessarily, hand on heart, I didn't necessarily expect Frank to be as, not cooperative, because it's up to him, but just, and it is just a case of, this is a massive opportunity for our fighters. This is a massive opportunity for our businesses, and this is a massive opportunity for the sport. So let's not be morons and mess this all up. That's how it started. And from there, obviously the conversations continue, and you know, it's just a massive opportunity. And I know everyone keeps saying, thank you, His Excellency and Turkey Al Sheikh, but the vision of this guy for our sport that we love, and he loves, by the way, and that's important, is so exciting. Do you know what I mean? I mean, when you're sitting there and planning fights or especially cards, like you look at Saturday night, and we can't put these cards together without him. You know? Look at that entire, you just said about Makhmudov against Ajit Kabir. I forgot that fight was on. It's like the 7th fight on the card. Some 50-50 heavyweight fight between two guys in the top 15. You know? So, yeah, honestly, I've had a really great week. And, that back and forth, it is taxing on the mojo and the energy. Do you know what I mean? It's quite draining. But it's been, I'm really enjoying it. Sorry, I can't.
No, it's very
I'm not
emotional. It's good.
I'm not saying that Frank will never say a bad word about me and vice versa. So, don't close IFL just yet. But right now, it feels good. It feels good. And I think we should have done this earlier, but the opportunity wasn't there. And His Excellency has just gone. It's literally he's not interested in, he's just saying, this is what I want to do. Do you want to do it or not? Because if you want to mess around and just argue with each other, see you later. So look at the opportunities that AJ's got this week and moving forward. Dimitri Bivol, Jai Arpataya, and from Frank's side, Ellis Zorro, Daniel Dubois, from Call's side, Nissa's side, Lyndon Arthur. Let's just stay switched on here and make sure that we can keep our sport thriving.
Right, let's just wrap through this quickly. The reports from Dan Raphael that AJ and Wilder was done for March the 9th, where did it come from?
No idea. Where a lot of rumours come from.
Which is where?
Mostly from someone making or telling some. When the fight's done, the fight is not done.
It's not signed.
No.
100% not signed.
So, and also, there's a lot of things that need to happen between now. I mean, people think the fight could be announced in the ring on Saturday. Could it be? Anything is possible here. Is it done? No. For this fight to happen on a potential date has so many hurdles to overcome. Firstly, it's got to get signed and agreed. Secondly, AJ's got to win. Thirdly, he's got to come through physically unscathed. Fourthly, Deontay Wilder's got to win. Fifthly, if that's even a thing, Deontay Wilder's got to come through physically unscathed. So maybe the boxing gods will smile on us, but we want to make the Wilder fight. Joshua wants the Wilder fight. Wilder wants the Joshua fight. His Excellency wants the Wilder fight. So that's a great start. And generally, when he wants to make something happen, it will happen. But there's things outside of his control, and that's Saturday night.
Okay, quick word on Bivol and Arthur, and also Parker and Wilder. A few people picking Parker for this as well.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know where Deontay's at. I think he's the favourite in the fight, but if Joseph can get it right and start well and use his feet and feints and be a bit awkward, I think he can cause him a lot of problems. Lyndon Arthur, very good British fighter. He's in really deep against Dimitri Bivol, pound for pound quality fighter. But yeah, looking forward to it. Ellis Zorro, I don't really know a lot about. Another talented Brit. He's in super deep against Jai Arpataya. Love Dubois against Miller. So it's an unbelievable night of boxing. So tune in and enjoy it.
Is this the biggest card ever?
It's the biggest card I've ever been involved with, without any doubt whatsoever.
So what other card could it be comparable to, that one that you're not involved with?
This card?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so difficult because, AJ's been part of some big cards, but not with, Deontay Wilder, his chief support. Against Parker. Dubois against Miller is the third fight on the card. Dimitri Bivol against Lyndon Arthur is the full fight. Jai Opatara against Eddie. Mahmoud, I mean, it's just unbelievable night. So don't forget the home of boxing, DAZN. Globally, enjoy it. And we finish the year with a big bang. Get up there, AJ, let's go.
Quick one, Taylor, Cattrall, rematch, update?
We're in talks. We want to make that fight. It's a massive fight, and we're doing everything we can. We've had a little ray of light, but we shall see.
What was that ray of light?
Just came down from the sky and just gave us a chance to make the fight.
Okay. First part of 2024? Like first quarter?
Yeah.
Right, Eddie Hearn, thank you very much for your time. We will see you at the Wayne. What are you wearing at the Wayne, mate?
Listen, I haven't even showered today. I've got a AJ freebie. Got me this is feel like we're in Parsons now. Got me Essentials tracksuit. Got the Drake Air Force One drop. Jeez. I've got no clothes left. I've been on the road for 3 weeks, so I've literally got no clothes left. I've got a little cheeky pair of white linen trousers, a little beige merino cotton Tom Sweeney number, and
did you and Frank want to speak about that? Because you both got the same tailor, apparently. Remember that?
yeah, I don't think he uses my tailor anymore, but probably found out that I was using him and just binned him off. Shout out Tom Sweeney. No, we didn't discuss sartorial.
Was there any banter at all between you and Warren?
There's a few laughs, yeah.
Loves a bit of fly in the wall.
He turned to me at one stage, he went, "You know what, Eddie, you are actually a top boy." No, he didn't really. No.
That was going to be my title.
I hope he did think that, but no. Well, honestly, it was, if you were on a fly on the wall, like boxing fans wouldn't have believed, like, yeah, it was, it was.
Shout out Turkey for making this all possible.
Thank you, His Excellency.
Eddie, thank you very much, and we'll see you at the Wayne.
I'm fine.